Hello and welcome live here on CROW LAX TV. My name's Aiden Bolsgard. Tristan Shaw is on the camera, and we're getting set for this afternoon's matchup between the visiting senior Calgary Mountaineers against the home side Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. The anthems have concluded. Players are headed towards their bench, and shortly we will be at center for the opening face-off. Until then, I'll let you know that the Rebels currently sit fourth in the Senior B division. And for the Mountaineers, they come in third with a respectable 3-3-0 record. The Rebels on the other side not doing as well. You're going to want to watch out for the point leaders in this game. For the Mountaineers, it's Brett McIntyre. He leads his team with 22 points. And on the Rebels side, it's Eric George that leads with 16. We are off from center. It's going to be the Rebels who gain possession right off the opening draw. This ball going to get thrown back nicely to Ethan Ang. Ang going to drop that one down to the left now for Eric George. That's that top scorer I mentioned for you for the Rebels. George, he's going to get it along the left here once again. You're going to try to work his way around. A big shot there from the outside, and that one goes off of the goaltender, Ryan Zatare. Zatare getting involved early in this one here. Mounties now getting their chance to move this ball around the Rebel zone to start off this contest. Robichaud throws that one to the point. That shot there, and a nice save on the shot from the top goal scorer for the Mounties, Brett McIntyre, who's got it at the point here once again, is going to throw it out to the life into the middle there, and a big save once again as the Rebels managing to keep it out of the net on a strong Mounties possession to start off this game here as they continue to wheel it around the zone after getting another reset of the shot clock up to the point once again. A big shot and they score. The Mounties have opened it up. Ben Foster puts his team up by 1. So after your opening goal, it's a good time to let you know to be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. This 50/50 draw is running until Canada Day. That's July 1st. You can scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Off the draw, this ball going to come into the Rebels bench. It's going to be Mounties' ball when the play gets blown in, and here we go. Once again, it's Cordell Hastings. He's got it, brings this ball out to the point and going to feed it out left. Mounties moving around the ball once again, trying to put some early pressure here on the Rebels after already going up 1-0. That shot going to get blocked away. The Rebels do pick up, but absolutely swarmed by the Mounties here, but still able to move that ball ahead. Pass not cleanly completed. Matt Murphy still trying to dig out this ball. He's in a battle for it with the Mounties, but they have the extra man in there to help, and Cordell Hastings, he'll bring it back across half for Calgary. 18:25 to go in the first now as the Mounties moving this ball around the Rebel zone. Once again, swung towards the point, now out to the right there for Stu Johnston. Johnston going to feed it out left now, looking for the pass back. He gets it, going to let the quick shot go there, and that one blocked away nicely by Tanner Tass as the Rebels going to move this one ahead once again. Starting goaltender for the Rebels in this contest is John McMillan. McMillan made a couple saves so far, did allow the early goal, but seems to still be settled into this game. Is now Beret. He's going to step towards the point, feeds that one over to the right to Peterson, but couldn't quite gather in that pass, and now possibly a break for the Mounties. They come in one on. Oh, there, and a big save by McMillan on the opportunity there from Colton Jones. Nonetheless, the Rebels going to bring it across half here once again. It's Ethan Peterson who's got it, wearing his lucky number 13 in this contest here today. Peterson, of course, I think has been wearing number 77 so far this season, but that's the number I always remember him wearing is 13. So good to see him back with that number on his jersey. 17:20 to go now in this first period. The Mounties moving this ball around once again. Ball comes to the point. Now thrown over to the right, Tyler Melnick. Melnick going to pass that one around as the Mounties. Good ball movement here on this possession. Not afraid to let that pass go. Fed to the middle there, and it's going to get picked up nicely by McMillan, who's going to look up the floor once again. 17 minutes to go now in the first. It's still the Mounties that lead this contest 1-0 over the Rebels. You are watching Senior B action here on CROW LAX TV. If you're just tuning in, again, I'm Aiden. Tristan's on the camera, and we're off and running here as the Rebels try to strike back here on Calgary. Ball fed to the point. The captain, Beret, rips that one just wide there. It's going to get recovered by the Rebels, though. Jordan Wheaton, he's got it. Going to pass that one off. Is trying to bob towards the center now. The Rebels, that one let go from a low position and goes over top of the net. The Mounties recover and look to bring it across half. Turner Dirk, he brings it across half. He's going to feed that one over now to Eric Lemire. Lemire up to the point now for Tremblay. Tremblay, pass that back to Lemire, looking for the shot. Lets that one go there, and a nice save by John McMillan. 16:15 to go now in the first. This ball moved ahead, comes right up the center. A nice pass there by Nolski. Feeds his man out to the left, and George couldn't quite gather that one out. Ball comes up loose in the Mountie zone, and it's going to be Calgary that's able to recover and bring this one across half once again. Hunter McChesney brings it across half. Pass that one off to the left as the Mounties waiting for the rest of their offense to get out on the floor here. Still 16 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 15:50 to go in this very first period. Fed to the middle there, and a nice check breaks up that pass. Mounties recovers. Still 7 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Now trying to make the dive towards the center. There was Dylan Kinnear. Kinnear going to drop that to the corner there, and that in tight shot is saved nicely by John McMillan. He's going to feed that out to the right now as the Rebels look to push across half once again. 15:26 to go now in the first. It's Peterson who's going to strobe down the right, gets the ball now. Back up to the point once again here. Peterson going to head towards the bench now with a loose ball impending here in the Mountie zone. It looks like Calgary still trying to recover. Comes out loose, but now they have solid possession of the ball and are going to push it across half once again. Cameron Chesser going to bring it out left. Chesser working with it. Going to throw that up to the point for Ben Foster. Foster has that opening goal for the Mounties in this contest as they start to move this ball around once again. Melnick throws that one to the right. Fed to the center there, and that pass couldn't connect. Comes out wide now. 14:43 to go in the first. Ball comes out to the right shooter position. The Mounties try to get in all alone there, and a nice save by John McMillan. I think they called crease on that one anyway, so wouldn't have counted regardless. The Rebels trying to move back with some speed now. Sam Dock, he's got it along the right side. Going to feed it up to the point now for George. George, he'll be able to go out left now. As this one fed into the middle there. Couldn't quite get gathered in, but recovered quickly by the Rebels. This Fouliard, he's got the ball. Fed across to the right and not able to be gathered in. Peterson trying to jump on this loose ball. Still loose in the Mounties zone and stripped once again here as it comes out loose. Now the ball comes out. It looks like the Mounties going to cleanly recover that one, and they're quickly into the Rebel zone. Here's Kinnear. He's got it. Throws that one up to the point. A big shot, and they score. Brett McIntyre adds to his point totals on the season with another goal here to put the Mounties up by 2. After your second goal of the contest, a good time to let you know to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Ball comes up to the point. The Mounties in Rebels territory here once again. Eric Lemire, he's got it along the left. Going to peed that out right. A big shot, and they score again! This one looked to come off the stick of Cole Eckelhoff, if I'm not mistaken. My apologies. Actually, that was Dylan Kinnear with that goal there for the Mounties that have given them the 3-0 lead over the Rebels. Back underway again, but let's take some time to let you know that Vimy Lacrosse excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. The Mounties, after a Rebels possession, going to bring this across half here. Once again, Cameron Chesser, he's going to throw that one up to the point now for McIntyre. McIntyre feeds that back down left. Some Mounties looking for options out there on the floor. Fed all the way. Little west-east pass that time. Back into the middle. Some nice passing here from the Mounties, and that one stopped up nicely by John McMillan. The Rebels keep this game within 3. 12:53 to go now in this first period. Up at the right shooter. Thrown over to the left now as the Mounties continue to move around this ball. Into the middle there. A nice shot, and that one caught a piece of McMillan. Doesn't go out of play. Recovered by the Mounties here once again on the shot by Bryden Robichaud. Up to the point now. Big shot there, and that one ends up just wide. Trying to recover it here is McMillan, and he'll be able to do so for the Rebels. Now looking for an open man to move it up the floor and going to feed that one directly into the middle. Coming away with it now are the Rebels, trying to push deeper into Mounties territory, and that stick comes up high right into the ear, picked up by the Mounties, and we're going to have our first power play of this contest. It's a slash that they're calling here. Headed to the box for Calgary is going to be Turner Dirk. Nonetheless, the Rebels a chance to close the gap in this game as they will head to the power play. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Starting at the point with the ball for the Rebels is none other than the captain, Greg Beret. 12-17 to go in the first. 2 minutes of power play time for the Rebels. Let's see if they can manage to crack that goose egg on the board. Peterson, he's got it out right. Going to drop that down to the corner. Gets the return feed into the middle for Barrett, and that pass didn't hit him, but recovered by the Rebels and thrown way over the net there by Eric George. Back up to the point, though. The Rebels moving it around here once again. Beret, he's got it at the left side of the crease there. Tried to sneak in and let that shot go, but it went just wide. Recovered by the Rebels once again. 7 seconds to go on this shot clock. Fed down to the corner. Up to the point. Trying to hit George. George has got it. He's got to get a shot off here. Now he does. That went off a Mountie, and it's going to get turned over to them on a shot clock violation and brought across half. Hunter McChesney brought it across half. Has fed it off now for Bryden Robichaud. Out left now, the Mounties kind of slowing things down here. Brett McIntyre, he's got it, directing traffic with his hand here. As this ball goes to the middle there and couldn't be picked up by Bryden Robichaud as it's loose out right now. Rebels trying to recover, and indeed they will. Bringing it across half now is Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy going to bring it out right here for the Rebels. Wait for the offense to get on the floor, and now he's fed that one ahead and been able to hit his man. Rest of the Rebels offense gets out there. Still 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Beret feeds that down to the left corner. Comes back up to the point for Beret now. As they're moving around the ball. Beret over to the right. Another shot there and a great save by Zadare. Haven't had to say that too much. Not a lot getting on net from the Rebels so far. Is now a nice fake shot there, and that one tricked everyone but the goaltender. Another reset here for the Rebels. 20 seconds to go on their shot clock. To the middle there, and a big save by Zadare. Power play continues here for another 15 seconds for the Rebels as the ball comes out loose. Finds its way down. Could not be picked up there by Jordan Wheaton, and now the Mounties going to move it ahead and going to have a shorthanded break. Here come the Mounties in all alone there, and a big save by John McMillan, and that's going to do it for the Rebels power play. We're back 5-on-5, so unsuccessful in their first man-up opportunity of this contest. Almost 10 minutes to go now in the first as the Rebels start to move it around in the zone once again, trying to cut the middle there. Not able to get through. Going to choose to pass it off. George spins towards the middle. Lets that shot go there, and they're saying that caught a piece of, I think, the Mounties net and out of play, so it's still going to be Rebels ball here in Calgary territory. Up at the point, they have it now. Rebels trying to get a little more movement, it seems, here in the offensive zone. Haven't had a lot going, but that one's going to miss the net and end up out of play. So going to be turned over forcefully to the Mounties as they're going to bring it across half. Once again, Turner Dirk steps across half and is going to be able to feed that one over to Dylan Kinnear. Kinnear now passes that ball out right as here come the Mounties once again, working it around the Rebels zone. Tyler Melnick fed that off to the left. That shot going to miss the net. 9.5 now to go in the first. It's still the Mounties that lead the Rebels 3-0 in this contest. Is working towards the pointer. Calgary, a big shot from the point and a nice save by John McMillan. McMillan with the ball now in his own crease. Going to feed that one high and right to Logan Noyen, who's going to step across half now for the Rebels. Noyen looking for an option. Trying to hit Peterson. Lost his footing. Going to have to roll it now. This one gets thrown up into the ceiling, and they're saying it didn't touch anything up there, so stays in play. Peterson laid a nice hit there, and ball comes out loose. The Rebels trying to recover it here. Now a stick slapped out of the hands of Cordell Hastings, and the Rebels able to bring it back in here once again up to the point for George. George tried to let a fancy shot go there, kind of on the backhand. Couldn't get it off there, and now the Mounties coming back the other way here once again. Eric Lehmeyer, and that shot towards the net, and a nice save by John McMillan. He had to squeeze the legs together that time to keep it out of the net. 8:43 to go now in the first as the Rebels try to head north here once again. Tanner Tass, he's got it. His fake pass there got out of his own stick, and now they're going to call the 8-second violation on the Rebels. That's going to turn it over to the Mounties in the offensive zone. Up to the point now, Tony Tremblay. He's got it. Tremblay, pass that one off to the left with it. Cordell Hastings. Hastings looking for an option. Feeds that one to the center. Pass didn't totally connect with Bryden Robichaud, and now it's going to get forced across half. They're saying the Rebels touched it on its way there, so no over and back going to be called on the Mounties. Still 8 seconds to work with on this shot clock, as now they're moving with some pace in the zone. Out to the right now. Nice shot there, and that one went just short side wide there out of the stick of Bryden Robichaud. Now it's going to be Rebels ball. So they're going to step across half. It's going to get tossed off to the captain, Beret. Beret, he'll feed that one down right to Jordan Wheaton. Up to the point now. Rebels not doing a great job at getting through the middle. As an outside shot there almost went between the legs of Ryan Zatare. Now going to be turned over to the Mounties as they keep it out of the net once again. 7:41 to go in the first as they get set up in the Rebels zone. This ball comes up to the point now for Brett McIntyre. McIntyre sent that towards the net from way outside, and a save there from John McMillan. Rebels step across half here once again. Fake pass there to Peterson. It's going to end up at the point now as the Rebels looking around the floor once again. It gets fed out left. Folliard into the middle now as George tries to outweight the goaltender, but Zatare not tricked on that one. Continued to stand tall as Peterson now lays a hit. Got the ball loose momentarily, but with some help were the Mounties. So across half now is Turner Dirk. Dirk just dropped that ball off there for Eric Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer over to the right, now fed into the middle there, picked off by the Rebels. 6:50 to go now in the first. Is trying to find his way across half are the Rebels, and they get there now. Fed right into the center there. Couldn't get the shot on net. Just going to be grabbed into the big stick of Zatare as this ball comes out left once again, and here come the Mounties. Hunter McChesney. McChesney left that one there. So the Mounties offense now fully out on the floor. 16 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 6:21 to go in the first. It's a big shot from the point there, and that one goes just wide and into the ceiling. So out of play and turned over to the Rebels. Picking it up for them is going to be Logan Noyen. Noyen just going to carry that one across half, and here come the Rebels across once again. Fed out left. Ball movement starts here for Fort Saskatchewan. Peterson, he's got it at the point. Looking for an option now. Going to let a big shot go there from the point, and that one missed wide. No reset of the shot clock. Now utilizing the behind the net are the Rebels, trying to look for some extra space out in that offensive zone. It may have worked. It's another big shot, and that one just missed wide, but the opening was there, so I'm sure you'll see that from the Rebels here again, pulling it out back behind the net, as that seemed to confuse the Mounties defense. 5:52 to go now in the first. 3-0 remains here lead for Calgary as they come in this afternoon visiting the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels live here on CROW LAX TV. The Mounties moving around the ball here. 20 seconds to go on their shot clock. Ball comes out to the right side for Stu Johnston. Johnston fed that down to the corner, and a quick shot on net there, and saved once again by John McMillan. Now fed up along the right, is trying to get a fast break here off the bench where the Rebels couldn't make it happen. They do got the long change in the offensive zone here, but they'd rather the short change on the defensive end. I'm sure that's that home ice advantage, getting that in the first and third period. I shouldn't say ice, I should say floor here, as the Rebels continue to move this ball around. George, he's got it way high at the point. Going to feed that one down left now for the captain, Beret. Beret going to let the short side shot go there, and that caught a piece of the pad of Ryan Zatare and ended up settling down on the back of his net, allowing the Mounties to pull that out of their own crease and start to head the other way here once again. Fed right into the middle there, and a nice save by McMillan. Wouldn't have mattered as crease violation called on Calgary. So the Rebels going to step across half here once again, feeling some pressure here is Ethan Ang. Ang able to continue to hold on to it, tried to feed it outside, recovered by the Rebels there on a bit of a bobbled pass. 4:35 to go now in the first. 15 seconds on the shot clock here for Fort Saskatchewan, and it gets fed out to the right. Another shot there, and that one blocked away. Looked to have caught a piece of Cole Pickle. He looks to be ailing a little bit. Nonetheless, kept the ball from hitting his net, and that's all that counts, as we got some rough stuff going on here. George kind of get bullied in front of the Mounties bench as they score once again. Just as I was paying attention to some rough stuff in front of the Mounties bench, they've scored here to make it 4-0 over the Rebels. So we'll get set at center here Once again, 4:16 to go in the first, about 4:21 local time currently here. Not a bad Saturday afternoon, not too hot, not too cold. Beats the rain in my book. Seen a lot of that lately around here. Nonetheless, Rebels broken into the offensive zone once again. The captain, Beret, using his speed to get around, and he's indeed going to pull it behind the net, trying to spread out that Mounties defense. Not going to let a quick shot go there, and almost found his spot, but that one stopped up by Zadare, who was slightly out of position. If that was a better play shot from Beret, I'm sure that might have found its way to the back of the net. Nonetheless, the Rebels continue to try to move this around. Could not get into the stick there of Jordan Wheaton, and now the Mounties trying to come break out the other way and trying to escape in the middle, and they do there, and a nice save by McMillan. Been pretty strong so far as the Rebels goaltender McMillan, but he's faced a lot of shots, and we have a penalty upcoming here. It looks like it's going to go against the Mounties as Cordell Hastings going to find his way to the box. It looked to be a slashing call. Indeed, that's the case. So the Rebels headed back to the power play, their second opportunity of this game, and an opportunity to crack the goose egg on the scoreboard once again. 3:32 to go in the first, and this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Beret going to move that to the right to Peterson. Drop that one down low there for Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton back to Peterson now. Back to the point for the captain. Beret, he's got it, using behind the net. Almost got that pass out in the middle. Actually went off the back of a Mountie stick there. The man who's breaking up the floor right now, Cameron Chesser. Chesser trying to create the shorthanded opportunity, and he does there, and that shot stopped by McMillan and picked back up by the Rebels. Matt Murphy going to send the long pass there. Trying to stop it up with his body was George, but going to be recovered quickly by the Mounties is Wyatt Hawks. He's going to step across half now and across the left side of the floor. Hawks toss that one off now for Brett McIntyre. McIntyre, I'm sure not afraid to go for some offense shorthanded when you're the top scorer on your team. Probably tends to give you a little bit of confidence. 2:43 to go in the first. McIntyre feeds that one out, and a quick stick opportunity there for Stu Johnston. Just couldn't get all that one. Comes back out to the point there. Bryden Robichaud, he's got it now. Tried to feed that over to the left, and now it's going to be a shot clock violation on the Mounties. Slowing that ball up there is going to be Adam Bartolome. The Rebels going to pick it up here in the Calgary zone. Still 57 seconds to go on their power plays. This ball comes up to the point as the Rebels going to pull this out right now and bring it back to the point now for the captain. Beret, who fed that one into the middle. Now loose inside, and that's a nice stop by Zadare as that shot came in low. That's the most open space on a Lacrosse goaltender typically. Is a quick break here for the Mounties, and that shot missed the net there by Adam Bartolome, who tried to create another shorthanded opportunity for Calgary. 37 seconds to go now on the Rebels power play. Beret brings it across half, feeds that one out left, and now gets a return feed. Beret going to let the low shot go there, and a nice save again by Zadare. Rebels not been able to pick the spots so far, and now back across half are the Mountaineers. Colton Jones, he's got it along the left. Jones going to feed that all the way back up to the point for Tyler Melnick. Melnick going to feed that over now. 10 seconds to go on the Rebels power play. The Mounties are able to clear this one, or clear this penalty off the board on this possession if they hold on to it. And that's indeed going to do it for the Rebels power play. So 4-0 remains the lead for the Mounties after the second power play opportunity of the game for the Rebels, utilizing the behind the net now, but another shot clock violation on Calgary, who aren't afraid to hold that ball till towards the end of the shot clock and really wear down the Rebels defense out there. Not taking a shot until they find the high quality chance, and it's worked out so far for Calgary. Peterson, he's got it along the left, fed that one to the middle, a little scoop shot there, and a nice save by Zadare once again as he's going to move this one up the floor. He finds a man there in Hunter McChesney, who's going to feed that up along the right. Getting swarmed here is Stu Johnston, and that's going to allow the Rebels to recover here. Ethan Ang brings it across half, looking for a passing option now. Ang still trying to evade the defense of Cole Pickle. Now brought out to the left. Moving it around are the Rebels. Ball tried to find its way to the right. Now they got it, and that shot gets ripped but ends up just wide, and the Mountaineers have it once again. Wyatt Hawks, he'll bring that one across half. Hawks just going to send that one backwards. Recovered by the Mounties as they'll get set up once again. Brett McIntyre, he's got it. Going to pull it out to the left side of the point here. Now up to the point. Dylan Kinnear He's got it, slowing things down. Only 12 seconds to go in the period. The Mounties don't want to give the Rebels another chance to shoot on their net, so they're going to wind this clock down as much as possible. A big shot there. That one gets blocked away, comes out loose. Now Darren Beret going to send that all the way down. He scores. 0.3 seconds to go, and Beret sends it from his own zone into the empty net of the Mountaineers, and that's the danger of pulling that play there, and the Rebels back within 3. 0.3 seconds on the board. As soon as the whistle is blown, this period will be over. So that will do it. 4-1 is your lead for the Calgary Mountaineers over the home side Fort Saskatchewan Rebels after 20 minutes. Before I let you go, I'll let you know that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 and Senior B Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre, died by suicide, age 25, while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.ca/talk-today-CLWF. You can also visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Again, my name's Aiden Bolsgard. Tristan Shaw's on the camera, and we'll be back with the second period in about 10 minutes between the Mounties and the Rebels. Until then, you have yourself a good time. Hello and welcome back live here on CROW LAX TV. My name is Aiden Bolsgaard. Tristan Shaw is on the camera, and you're tuned in for some Senior B action between the home side Fort Saskatchewan Rebels and the visiting Calgary Mountaineers. We're headed into the second period, and it's the Mountaineers that lead this contest 4-1 over the Rebels. The only goal of the contest for Fort Saskatchewan came on the empty net as the Mountaineers tried to push for a little extra offense at the end of the period. A play turned sour. We get set at center here. Nolski in to take this draw for the Rebels. He'll slap that ball down towards the Mounties zone here. Recovered quickly by Calgary as they'll look to head up the floor here once again. Turner Dirk, he'll throw that one out to the right there for Wyatt Hawks as this one now up to the point nicely for Eric Lemire. Lemire going to throw that down to the right now as the Mounties move in towards the Rebel zone. That one in and they score. Putting that one home for the Mountaineers, his second goal of the game for Dylan Kinnear. And the Mounties reestablish that 4-goal lead right quick here in this second period as your score is now 5-1 in favor of them. 19:36 to go in this second period. A good time to let you know to be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. This month's draw going until July 1st. That's Canada Day, so make sure to scan that QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Coming away with this ball out of the draw is George. He tried to feed that one to the middle there. Couldn't be picked up by Noyen and quickly turned over to the Mountaineers who look to head across half here once again. Sauntering up the floor is Wyatt Hawks. He gets across half and now going to pass that off for Brett McIntyre. McIntyre fed that out to the right, gets the return feed now, and going to feed that down to the left. Is moving with it is now Tony Tremblay, who throws that out to the right, up to the point now. McIntyre going to let that shot go there, and that one just goes wide, but still with 5 seconds on the shot clock, the Mounties have the ball again. McIntyre going to feed that out to the left, only 2 seconds to go now. That shot towards the net, and it was saved there by John McMillan, and the Rebels pick up the rebound and head across half here once again with the ball now. Eric George. George waits for his offense to get out. Now feeds that off. Wyatt Hawks has it along the right. Gave it to Peterson, who fed that back out to the left as the Rebels moving around with it up once again up to the point for George there. And that shot right into the pads of Ryan Zatare finds its way out now. 18:24 to go in this second period as the Mountaineers head across half here once again. Some nice passes there. It's crossed right in front, and this shot towards the net, and it's going to be a crease violation, but stopped regardless, and now going to head back the other way come the Rebels. With it now, Ethan Ang. He's going to pull this ball out to the left, try to squeeze inside, finds the man in the middle there, and that shot stopped up by Zatare on the in-close chance by Jordan Wheaton, recovered by the Rebels. Another shot there, that one going to catch a piece of a man on its way to the net and just going to be stopped up with some ease by Zatare as the Mountaineers going to head back on offense here once again. Turner Dirk, he's got it in across the left, or passes it to the left. My apologies, is with it now is Brett McIntyre. McIntyre feeds that out to the right. The Rebels going to pick this one off, and here comes the captain, Beret, trying to get a fast break here for the Rebels. Beret in one-on-one, lets the long shot go there, and they're saying that didn't catch a piece of the Mountaineers goaltender. Nonetheless, they recover and have brought it back into the Rebel zone once again. This one fed out to the point, dropped back to the outside. I thought he had a lane, did Tony Tremblay, but chose not to use it as the Mountaineers moving around this ball once again. McIntyre, he's got it at the point, going to feed that one out over to the right. Mountaineers moving around this ball here once again. A big shot there from the right, and another save by John McMillan. He had to get down to make that stop, even though went off his left shoulder there. Nonetheless, the Rebels get the ball turned over to them, and they'll step across half once again. Here come the Rebels, trying to get back within 3 in this contest here again. Fed out to the left. George going to have to chase this ball into the corner. He's going to be able to recover it despite the pressure from Calgary. Fed across now with it. Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton trying to make a dive towards the center. Looked to pass it off to the outside. Doesn't find his man, but had some help there on the rebound, and that shot just going to go wide. 2 seconds on the shot clock now. Another one gone wide, and this will get forcefully turned over to the Mountaineers, and the ball going to find its way all the way down to the corner of the Rebels zone. Now actually has rolled its way to the opposite corner there in the right. Picked up by Stu Johnston. Johnston, he'll feed that one up to the top for Kinnear. Kinnear going to hit his man along the left, and Joel Lucas. Lucas down to the corner as the Mounties circle. They're liking those low passes and circling a man up to the point in this contest. Has worked for them well. Scored lots from the outside so far. 16-16 now to go in the second. The Rebels trying to maybe do something with a little more speed here coming in on the Mountaineers. You can already see the Junior Rebels, getting a set behind the glass as they have a game following this as Peterson steps in and he scores. Ethan Peterson gets his team back within 3 as he continues to heat up this season for the Rebels. Explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. We'll get set at center here once again. Nolski. He'll step in to take this one up against Turner Dirk. It's going to be Nolski who comes up with it. Has his stick in one hand. Going to be able to drop that one back to George. George facing some pressure. Going to be able to feed that out right to Noyan. Noyan going to go even deeper into the Mountaineers zone now. He's found his man in Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton still with it in the corner. Going to pass that up to the point now. 15:40 to go in the period. 13 seconds in this Rebels shot clock as they score again. The Rebels, 2 quick strikes here on the Mountaineers have got them back within 2. Could we see another comeback and a tight one here by the Rebels? That seems to be the story from the Moyer Recreation Center all year. Rebels teams going down early and then bringing it back in close, either finding the win or headed to overtime. Just never a boring one here in Josephsburg. 15:35 to go in the second period. 5-3 the score now as the Rebels looking to break in here once again. Another shot there and a save by Zatare. Ball comes out loose, going to be picked up by the Mountaineers as they look to move out from behind their own net, and indeed they'll do so. Up along the right now for Cole Pickle, who brings it across half. Pickle, he's got some open space. Defender's not sliding. Another one, quick shot there, and a nice save by John McMillan on the quick stick opportunity. Mountaineers do recover. With it out left now is McIntyre. McIntyre going to pass that off to the opposite side of the floor and gets a return feed. Now has man coming behind him. Got that ball stripped out of his stick, and now it's going to be a race for it. McIntyre looks like he's going to be the man with some speed, and I think he had the last touch on the ball. That should be an over and back violation in my opinion, but nonetheless, referees don't agree as that's another save on that outside shot for John McMillan, and he'll feed that one up the floor. Is trying to turn it back with some speed are the Rebels. The empty net goal scorer, Darren Beret. Lacrosse player / boxer is Beret. You can check on our socials and you can see a big scrap from him only a couple weeks ago. 14:32 to go in the second as that ball finds its way into the Rebels bench last off. A Fort Saskatchewan player, says the referee. So turned over to the Mountaineers here once again. Colton Jones passes that one ahead, and it's going to end up behind the net now. McIntyre using the behind the net to create some space as he found a man right out in the middle there in Dylan Kinnear. But turned over to the Rebels now. A violation of the crease by the Mountaineers. That's going to allow Nolski to bring it across half here for Fort Saskatchewan. Throws that up to the point for George. George going to feed that out left now as the Rebels go to work here in the Mountie zone. 14 minutes go in the period. Is this one up to the point there? And that one looked to have missed the net there. Ball still loose. Loose once again as nobody can pick this ball up, but now the Mounties going to be able to get it and rolled ahead by Cole Pickle. We do have a penalty upcoming here. Looks like it's going to go to the Mounties. A cross check. So headed to the box, Eric Lemire for the Mounties, and the Rebels going to be headed to the power play here. Or actually, we have a Rebel on his way to the bench as well now. So let me just change that up. I think we're going to be 4-on-4 here when we resume. We'll have to see what the final call is here by the referees. 2 minutes assessed to the Mounties, 2 minutes assessed to the Rebels. So indeed, we'll be all evened up. Second penalty assessed to the Rebels. I'm going to assume it's the Mounties' ball. And that seems to be the signal now, is that it's going to be Mounties' ball, but this getting argued by the Rebels captain Beret, it seems. McIntyre steps in to say his piece as well. Nonetheless, we're still playing even lacrosse. Just be 4-on-4. 13:48 to go in the second as conversation between captains and referees continue. Looks like now they're saying it's going to be Rebels' ball, actually. They initially signaled Mounties' ball, I think, but nonetheless, I was mistaken here. It's going to be Rebels' ball as Beret starts with it at the point for some 4-on-4 lacrosse. Beret lost it momentarily, but able to recover that one. Up to the point now. So they move it around. A big shot there. That one went off the back of the net. Well, the end boards in the back of the net, I should say. Is nice spin off there by Beret. Able to pass that ball off. A nice fake and another shot there by the Rebels. That one going to miss the net and roll its way down. They're saying that last went off a Mountie. So wait until the shot clock changes. And the Mounties bench, maybe a delay of game should have been called on Ryan Zatteray. There's kind of right at the closure of the shot clock. Beret knocked the ball down the floor, but referees given the benefit of the doubt, saying it's before the shot clock expired. Nonetheless, the Mounties on offense now here. 16 seconds to go is a nice behind the back shot there by McIntyre. Goes just wide. Now this ball gathered in by the Rebels goaltender McMillan, who throws that up the floor now and finds his man in Ethan Ang. 12:52 to go in the period. 1:03 left. 4-on-4. Ang still with it now. Feeds that one to the center there, and that one couldn't find his man. Now some pressure being put on by the Rebels. Forecheck is trying to break out up the floors. Adam Bartolo. Bartolo. He's got it. There is a penalty upcoming to the Rebels here as the Mounties goaltender heads to the bench. 12 seconds to go on their shot clock, waiting to get 6-on-5, and now they are as McIntyre gets the return here from the left corner. McIntyre gets the pick, has some open space in the middle, going to let that shot go there, and that one just ends up wide. Another quick shot before the expiration of the shot clock, saved by McMillan. Two arms were up, so referee's going to see if they got the same call. Rebels head to the box. So now a 4-on-3 power play upcoming here for the Mounties. So this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Step in there by the Mounties, and they score. Cordell Hastings puts that one away on McMillan, and that's the power play conversion quickly for Calgary. 6-3 now your score here from the Moyer Recreation Center in favor of the visiting Calgary Mountaineers. We'll still be 4-on-4 here for another 12 seconds before we reach full strength on each side. Nolski stepped in to take that draw. That one comes out. The Rebels trying to recover this ball. That's got to be the loose ball contact there, but nonetheless, they're not going to call it. Letting them go a little bit here they are today in Moyer. There's been quite a few penalties, but it seems to be the little stuff like that that would cause a turnover that they're kind of letting go. It was a quick dive towards the net there, and they're going to call the crease violation on the Mounties, so that's going to turn it over to the Rebels. George picks that one up. Going to bring it across half now along the left side. Here comes George. Wheels that ball back up to the point, and a big shot from way outside just goes wide of the Mounties goaltender. Back out. The Rebels have recovered. 10 seconds on their shot clock. I'm surprised they maybe didn't wait to get set up there. They did have a little bit of time to go still, but nonetheless, that shot stopped up by Zatteray as the Mounties bring it across half here. Once again, Bryden Robichaud, he's got it. Going to feed that one behind the net for McIntyre. McIntyre seen him a few times behind the net there. Now he's going to come out and, my guess, circle all the way to the point, as he has. Just going to hang out. As Mounties continue to move around the ball, and a quick stick opportunity at the left side of the net there for Hastings. Just went wide there. Once again, saved by McMillan as the Rebels look to head up the floor once again. Darren Beret, he's got it. Going to feed that over to who I assume is his brother there, the captain for the Rebels, Greg Beret. Beret gets tripped up there as he heads to the ground. Doesn't look to be any call upcoming. 10:20 to go now in the second. Beret gets slotted out again there, and diving opportunity stopped by Zaderay, but what a effort there by Beret, I should say. So now we have an off-ball mishap that turns the ball back over to the Rebels quickly. Dolsky feeds that one in out in front for Peterson. I don't think got that off as much as he wanted to, as another one goes wide there, and Tony Tremblay just went wide of the net there and out of play. So turned over to the Rebels here quickly once again, as we're now halfway through this contest. 9:52 to go in the second. The Rebels have it in Mounties territory. Once again, ball comes out to the point. Big shot from the outside. Another one stopped by Zaderay. Rebels not thinking they're going to beat Zaderay from the outside in this contest. He's looked very sharp from out there so far. Nonetheless, the Rebels got the ball here once again and bring it across half. Done a lot better with possession in this second period. Have the Rebels seem to be all Mounties at the Rebels zone in the first. But nonetheless, now ball ends up out of play, and the Mounties going to bring it back down into Rebels territory. Eric Lehmeyer brings in across the left, feeds his man in Tremblay. Tremblay, he'll hit that over to the right now for Stu Johnston. Johnston, he's going to hold on to it and throw that all the way back up to the point for Ben Foster. Foster out to the left now. McIntyre, he's got it. He's going to pass that one off now. Finds his man in Stu Johnston, who sends it towards the net, and a save there by McMillan. Thought it rolled between his legs, but he had it tight enough in there. No damage found, as Nolsky going to step across half here once again for the Rebels. Dish that off and go for a change. Captain Beret, he's got it now. Fed out to the point. And a big shot there, and that one ends up just wide. George lost his handle there, and it's going to get picked up nicely by the Mountaineers, who will step across half once again. Cameron Chesser, he'll bring it down to the left corner as he waits for the rest of his offense to get out on the floor. Chesser going to feed that one over to McIntyre now. McIntyre looking for his options out on the floor. McIntyre steps towards the point, feeds that one into the middle there. Quick shot there, and a nice save by McMillan. Looks like Saskatchewan SWAT players arriving now for the Junior B Tier 1 contest coming up later this evening from the Moya Recreation Center. As the Rebels back in the offensive zone here once again. Stepping in there, and nice stop once again by Zaderay as Mounties pick up and look to head back the other way. Wyatt Hawks, he's got it into the middle there, and oh my, what a nice save by McMillan. Got the elbow up to stop that at the last second. 7:40 to go now in this second period as the Rebels get across half here once again. A scoop pass almost gone astray. Nonetheless, Nolsky recovers and passes that off as he'll go for a change here once again, holding it out left right now. The Rebels fed over to Peterson along the right, who will drop that down to the corner now. Up to the point, the Rebels continue to move this around. Peterson in the middle there just couldn't quite gather in that pass, and now the Mounties looking to head back on offense once again. Stepping across half with it is Turner Dirk. He'll feed that over to the left for McIntyre, who brings it in closer and closer here. McIntyre up to the right now. Finds his man, and Dylan Kinnear step towards the middle, but a nice stop up once again by McMillan, who moves this ball out. He finds it to Logan Noyen. Noyen gets the pick there from Darren Beret, but they're going to call the 8-second violation on the Rebels. So turned over quickly here to the Mounties again. 6:51 to go now in the second period. Ball comes out to the right. Stu Johnston, he's got it. Throws that one low for Dylan Kinnear. Kinnear up to the point now for Tyler Melnick. Melnick to the left to McIntyre. McIntyre to the middle there, and almost had his man in Dylan Kinnear, but came out loose to the corner where Kinnear himself able to recover that one. Now tipped high, and they're saying that went off a Rebel, but now tipped off a Mountie and across half. Just a bit of a misplay there with 6:26 to go in the second. It's 6-3 in favor of the Calgary Mountaineers over the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels here in the Senior B division in the RMLL. Captain Beret's got it at the point, feeds that to the right, back over to the left there, and a nice shot, and a nice, even better save, I should say, by Ryan Zaderay, but nonetheless, the Rebels still have it here, and they got the reset. Beret, He'll throw that out to the left. 6:10 now to go in the second as the Rebels still moving it around the zone. Need to do a better job of spreading out the Mounties. Do the Rebels. Is Peterson going to bring that behind the net? And again, that works to gain a little bit of space for a shot from the outside. So I really do think the Rebels got to keep going back to that well there of using behind the net for a little extra space. Again, seeming to confuse the defenders of the Mounties. Not able to capitalize on that play yet have been the Rebels, but you got to think if they keep getting open opportunities like that, something is bound to break through. Up to the point now, Tony Tremblay. He's going to drop it down to the corner. Shot from the outside by Cordell Hastings, blocked away, comes out loose, recovered by the Mountaineers again. Tony Tremblay. He's got it. Going to throw that one out to the right here. Tyler Melnick. He's got it. Melnick feeds that one out to the left. Now, big shot from the outside and a nice save by McMillan once again, that time on Cordell Hastings. Cross half come the Rebels here. Once again, Ethan Ang. He's got it. 5:12 to go in the second. Ang fed that one into the middle. Is trying to get a shot on net there with the Rebels, but buried down deep on that one. And now here come the Mountaineers again. Adam Bartolome. He's got it. Bartolome feeds that one out right now. Stu Johnston. He's going to hold off and wait for the rest of his offense to get out there. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Mounties. That one fed in the middle for McIntyre, but just lost his handle on that pass, that opportunity. So Rebels bring it across half here once again. Darren Beret feeds that across, and almost a pretty play, and they actually do convert. Jordan Wheaton puts the goal away for the Rebels. And they are back within two, 6-4. Now your score. A little bit of a rhyme there for you. My apologies. We are in period number 2. I see on your scorebook at home that got left as period 1, but it is period 2. Following that goal, it's a good time to let you know that at Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they're dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. It's the Mounties with the ball here in the Rebels zone. Ball comes out to the point now. Eric Lemire threw that off. A big outside shot there, stopped up by McMillan out of the stick of Eric Lemire there. Here come the Rebels across half. Once again, it's Garen Nolsky. He's got it. Crude alumni Garen Nolsky. Is Peterson going to recover his pass there? Throw that one out to the left. Up to the point now. 3:43 to go here in this second period. Shot from the outside there, and that one went just wide off the back of the net. Now 2-on-1 battle for the loose ball. Going to get one by the Mounties. The first man there for them was Colton Jones, who threw that up along the right and hits his man in Eric Lemire as he's got it on his weak side of the floor. Now going to start to try to head towards the strong side, but feeling some heavy pressure here from Sam Dock. Now able to get around Dock. Feeds that one out to the left for Joel Lucas. Lucas out to the right. Comes out to the left. A big shot from the outside there by Tony Tremblay, and recovered by the Mounties once again, and they get the reset. With it now, Adam Bartolome. That shot from the outside, and my apologies, that was Stu Johnston with the ball, and they're saying last off a Mountie and out of play, so the Rebels going to get the ball turned over to them. 2:53 to go in this second period. 6-4 your score in favor of the Mountaineers. Is back up to the point. Beret, he's got it. Beret looking for an option. He's going to cut towards the center. Beret in alone, and that one stopped up by Zadare. Recovered by the Rebels. Comes up to the point now as everybody will get back in their original positions. We do have a penalty upcoming here in the 24. Is that shot from the outside, and Beret going to get stopped up once again by Zadare. And we do have a penalty upcoming to the Mountaineers, and we do have a Rebel down on the floor. 2:25 to go in the second. We're going to hope he's okay. Is headed to the box right now is Wyatt Hawks for the Mountaineers. So that's going to put the Rebels on the power play. This Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Goalie's going to get some water here as they continue to try to figure out what's going on here, and looks to be headed off the floor. Does Jordan Wheaton had a goal in this contest, but now going to be headed back to the change room. Hopefully we'll see the return of him in the third period once he gets looked at a little further. Didn't seem to be ailing too much, but no limp or anything. I'm not sure exactly what seemed to be hurting there from a booth perspective, but hopefully for Wheaton he's okay, and we'll see him back in this contest later on. 2:25 to go now in the second period. As conversations continue, I'll let you know that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 and Senior B Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre died by suicide age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.ca/talk-today-clwf. You can also visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. As I'm reading that off to you, the Rebels have put the ball away there and got themselves back within one. 6-5. Now your score is striking quickly on the power play. Were the Rebels not letting that opportunity go by the wayside, and with 2:18 to go in the second, we have ourselves a close lacrosse game. Nolski going to step in to take this draw up against Turner Dirk. They're calling an early jump there on the Rebels, so going to be turned over to the Mountaineers off the draw. Dirk going to pick that one up for his side and bring it across half. Feed that off lightly now for Bryden Robichaud. Tony Tremblay, he gets the pass from Robichaud, now feeds it over to McIntyre. He's going to start using the right side of the floor. Back up for McIntyre. He's looking for an option. Back up to the point, found his man in Robichaud. He's now looking for an open space, lets a shot rip from the outside there, and collapsing on it there was John McMillan. Keeps it out of the net. So the Rebels going to bring it across half here once again. Ethan Ang, he's got it. Ang drops that one behind the net as the Rebels start to move around here once again. Up to the point, a low shot there, and that one's stopped up by Zatare. A minute 33 to go now in the second as this remains a one-goal game. Ball comes out to the right now. Stepping across half is Cameron Chesser. Chesser going to drop that down to the right corner there for Dylan Kinnear. Kinnear going to feed that up to the point now for McIntyre. McIntyre down to the corner. Gets picked up. Comes out to McIntyre across the right. Tried to feed his man along the left, and Ben Foster. No dice. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock as Foster lets a shot go, and a nice save by McMillan, and a great job to control the rebound off his chest there as well. The Rebels going to have another opportunity as we creep below a minute to go in this second period. Out to the right. Comes to the point. Another shot there, and a big save by Zatare. Ball comes out loose and recovered by the Mountaineers. With it now, Wyatt Hawks. Hawks lost that ball. George tried to head back the other way with it, but lost his handle, and now Cole Pickle going to bring this out in front of his own bench. Pickle going to feed that off. Usually a frowned upon play to send it towards your bench while changes are happening. Easy way to get called for the too many men on the floor. Nonetheless, Noyen able to recover that ball, and now Beret picked it up for the Rebels. Beret, he'll head across half. Only 20 seconds to go in this second period. Shot clock more time, and in alone was Beret, but a better save there by Zatare. 12 seconds to go in the period. Peterson going to pass that off to Beret now. He'll go up to the point. 8 seconds to go. Can the Rebels tie it before the conclusion here? Beret lets that one go there, and a save comes up to the point. 2 seconds. Another shot, and that one just wide, and that'll do it. After 40 minutes here from the Moyer Recreation Center, 6-5 is your score in favor of the visiting Calgary Mountaineers. They've led all the way through this one, but the Rebels, the closest they've been in this contest since about the first 8 minutes of the first, where they were down by 4 goals. Thank you for listening here on CROW LAX TV. My name's Aiden Bolsgard. Tristan Shaw is on the camera, and we'll be back for the third period in about 10 minutes or so. Until then, thank you for listening, and don't get too far. Welcome back live here on CROW LAX TV. My name is Aiden Bolsgard. Tristan Shaw is on camera, and we're getting set for the third period between the Rebels and the Mounties. It's Fort Saskatchewan that trails this contest 6-5 as they have all game long, but they brought it as close as it's been since the opening goal. Can the Rebels come all the way back here and make a game of it as they'll open up the third period draw with a possession, feed that one down to the left corner as they start to move this one around. Comes up to the point now. Ethan Ang, he's the man who sent it up there. Out left now. Big shot from the point there and a nice save by Zadare. Comes out to the corner, recovered by the Rebels once again, and they will get the reset. A good start to this period here for Fort Saskatchewan. Was fed to the middle there for Peterson, but couldn't quite find him. George recovers once again. Feed that quick stick there and a nice save by Zadare. Good on him to not get jumpy off his post that time around. Is Turner Dirk going to bring it across half? Is now the Mounties going to look for their first offensive possession of this third period. 19:15 to go in the third, so if you're just tuning in, you're here at the exact right time. Fed over to the right now, into the middle there, and that pass just broken up enough to not get into the stick. Mounties do recover, though. Big outside shot and a better save by McMillan there on Dylan Kinnear. Cross half now. Here come the Rebels. Fed across the right. Logan Noyne trying to gather this one in, and it's going to roll down into the corner. And we do see the return of Jordan Wheaton here in this period. Good to see as he was down for an extended period and left towards the end of the second, but now out here to play in the third, and that's good to see for the Rebels as the Mounties will step across half here once again. Cordell Hastings. He's got it along the left. Hastings goes up to the point now for Tyler Melnick. Melnick fed that one out right there for Stu Johnston. Johnston up to the point, gets the return feed now. Johnston looking for a lane, feeds that all the way to the left, stepping towards the middle. A big shot low there, and that one ended up just wide, recovered by the Mounties. Quick shot towards the net. That one saved. Rebound did come out. Nolski going to chase this one in the corner now. Doesn't have any pursuing forecheck in the Mounties, so just easily going to be able to move that ahead to Matt Murphy, who drops that down to the corner now for Darren Beret. Beret feeds that all the way across, picked up by the Rebels. Letting the big boys out there once again. George trying to set the pick. Lucky he didn't get called on the moving pick there, in my opinion. But nonetheless, ball comes loose and grabbed by Calgary here once again. Wyatt Hawks, he's going to bring that across half. Fakes the scoop pass initially, but now does hit the man behind him, and Eric Lehmeyer. Lehmeyer in along the left. Looked like he had a lane, but going to pull this ball back out. Up to the point now, fed that one off, trying to find McIntyre, but now it finds Beret. Beret just going to scoop that one all the way down the floor. Does find the man there. Comes out loose, but nonetheless, no, not picked up again. Bit of a bobble there by the Rebels on what have been a good chance to get out of the zone, but now the Mounties have turned it back the other way. McIntyre, he's got it at that left shooter position, feeling some pressure from Beret, and now they're going to have a penalty upcoming here, it looks, and this one going to be on the Mounties, it seems, for a slash. Headed to the box is Dylan Kinnear. So the Rebels, with 17:12 to go in the third, trailing by one, going to be headed to the power play. This Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Starting at the point with the ball, it's going to be the captain, Greg Beret, for the Rebels. He's going to feed that one out left and get the return feed up to him at the point. Beret all the way down to the corner there. Tried to hit his man in Wheaton. Ball comes out loose, recovered by the Rebels. They'll reset here. Minute 45 still to go on this power play. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Beret at the point. Going to let that shot go there, and it ends up just wide. Beret just been a little off target today on the ones on net. Been stoned so far by Zadare. Is another shot there, and that one seemed to have caught a piece of the goaltender. Or no, they're going to say it did not. So turned over to the Mounties on the shot clock violation, and they'll bring this one in across half. Cameron Chesser, he's got it now. He's going to hang out up high by the blue line, and now feed this off to McIntyre. Minute 17 to go now in this Rebels power play. 16:26 to go in this third period. McIntyre still with it now, holding on to it, not feeling much pressure. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. McIntyre continues to hold on to it. Now getting some pressure here from Matt Murphy. Fed it across to McIntyre. Big shot from the outside. Gets stopped up there by McMillan, who gathers in the rebound and now feeds this one back ahead and finds Sam Dock. Dock just going to run this one across half and feed it off to Ethan Peterson. Peterson Going to leave it there along the ground. Rebels still with possession. Up to the point now for Beret. Beret going to feed that out left and gets a return feed now as the Rebels starting the pass movement here. Peterson able to pick this one up. Throws that back to the left shot towards the net there, and a nice save by McMillan. Tried to gather in the rebound. Comes out loose, and the Rebels going to recover and get the reset of the shot clock. 26 seconds to go on their power play and a second more on the shot clock. So this is the possession here for the Rebels. If they can put it away, power play goal. If not, chance given up as a shot towards the net. That one going to be stopped up by Zadare, and that's going to bring the Mounties back across half. Only 5 seconds to go on this Rebels power play before it is over with, and we are back 5-on-5. And indeed, that is the case now. Stepping out of the box there is Dylan Kinnear. Back on offense are the Mounties. Still 12 seconds to work with on this shot clock. Fed back up to the point. In there, and that shot there stopped up by McMillan on Tyler Melnick. Comes out loose, and the Mounties grab it and get the reset of the shot clock. Tanner Tass, he's got it. Throws that over to the left for McIntyre. McIntyre scoop pass back out to the outside. Fake shot there over to Tass again. Trying to find McIntyre and stolen away by Darren Beret. That's another rhyme for you. Do my best Dr. Seuss impression for you today. Stepping across half is Beret, swamped by two men. That sends the ball out loose. Both teams trying to find it, and this is actually going to send the Mounties in on a breakaway. McIntyre in all alone, he scores. Can't let your top point leader away. Second goal of the contest for McIntyre. Gets the 2-goal lead back for the Mounties. 7-5 now your score in the third period. 14:27 to go in the third. A good time to let you know to be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Tickets will be on sale until July 1st. That's Canada Day. We're trying to make it our biggest pot of the season, so make sure you go and get your tickets now. You can scan that QR code on your screen, or you can visit our socials at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. The Mounties moving around the Rebels zone here once again as they've got that 2-goal cushion. Ball comes out to the right, back up to the point now, into the middle there, and a nice save by John McMillan in tight. Absolutely stones Tanner Tass, comes behind the net, and now McMillan able to snag that one out of the air. Going to try to move it ahead, and we got some rough stuff going on here as Nolski taking a couple shots there from Tanner Tass. It looks like they're actually going to turn this ball back over to Calgary. Up at the point now, the man who got the last goal, the leading point getter for the Mounties, McIntyre, he's got it. Steps over a man there, nice behind the back pass. He found Rashad there. Is this one in and off the crossbar, but out of play, or actually, sorry, crease violation is what they called. So turned over to the Rebels as now they'll head across half here once again, in along the right. Rebels back on offense, 13:20 to go now in the third. Up to the point. Rebels continue to move around. Big outside shot there, and another save by Zadare, who will move this one ahead with some pace. Here comes Wyatt Hawks. Hawks, he'll step in. Going to let that shot go there, and that ends up just wide. Loose ball comes out, recovered by the Rebels. Sherbanuk, he had it. Threw it up ahead there for the captain, Beret, but picked off his stick. And now the other 22 on the floor, Eric Lemire, going to step across half for the Mounties. He's got two men on him, but going to bounce that ball nicely ahead to Ben Foster. Foster going to pull this all the way out left. 12:40 to go now in the third. Into the middle. Open shot there, and another save by McMillan. That time on Bryden Robichaud. Rebels looking to move this one all the way ahead. It gets into George all alone, and oh my, what a save by McMillan. But what a pass from the other end. Almost some straight end-to-end action. That's how fast that ball can move in the game of lacrosse. George with a great opportunity, but just couldn't quite put it home on Zadare. Nonetheless, Rebels still with possession. Another shot, and this one comes out loose. Battle for the loose ball. Mounties going to be able to pick it up. Turner Dirk going to feed that one ahead now. Breakaway opportunity for the Mounties the other way, and that one misses the net and out of play. They're saying that one actually went off of McMillan there, so it's going to still be Mounties' ball as McIntyre going to pick it up on his own side of half and quickly bring it across. 12 minutes exactly to go now in third as McIntyre. He'll feed that across for Dylan Kinnear. Kinnear still with it here, feeling some pressure, trying to find some space. Little feed into the inside. Ball came out loose, and now they're going to turn this over to the Rebels. Tripped up there was Noyen, and there's going to be a penalty upcoming to McIntyre, it looks. And actually, the hold is going to be the call. McIntyre exchanging some words here with Noyen, it looks like, but still going to have to head to the box here. So holding the call assessed, and the Rebels going to be headed back to the power play, trying to get back within one. This Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Beret, he'll throw that one down the left as the Rebels start off this 2-minute power play. Need something out of this one. You can almost feel it as Peterson with the quick shot there down in the corner by Jordan Wheaton. Nonetheless, stopped by Zatteray. Now the Mounties trying to move it out here. Once again, Bryden Robichaud, he's going to bring it across half here shorthanded. 11:26 to go in the period. Robichaud all the way in alone, and he scores! The shorthanded goal for Robichaud gets his team up by 3, and that's exactly the opposite of the way that the Rebels wanted to see the scoreboard move. Spreading this game out once again is Calgary. The most they've led by is 4, and it's a 3-goal lead for them right now. So still on the power play are the Rebels. 1:38 to go in that. Ball comes out. Rebels trying to recover. It keeps bouncing along. Stepping up on it there was Hunter McChesney, and that allowed the Mounties to get it out of the face-off. And again, they're going to go ahead and rag this ball here on the Rebels. Maybe look for some more offenses out there. Again is Bryden Robichaud. He's got it now. Going to pass that one off deep right and get the return feed back all the way up to the point. The Rebels not jumping too hard. They will get this ball back, even if the Mounties have to turn it over at the end of the shot clock. They continue to move the ball around the offensive zone here, shorthanded. Little bobbled pass, recovered by the Mounties again, and they'll just dump it down deep onto John McMillan, who has it now, and will just roll that out nicely for Matt Murphy. Murphy, he'll feed that one ahead as the Rebels step across half. Still 50 seconds to work with on this power play as they try to get back within 2. With it now, Ethan Ang. Ang, he's got it at the left shooter. Going to throw that down to the corner for George. George back to Ang. Ang going to rip that one from the point there. Comes back out. Another opportunity. Not going to be let go by the Rebels. And trying to get the quick stick on that short side for Jordan Wheaton. But stolen away by the Mounties as they'll step across half once again. Adam Bartolome has it along the left side. Bartolome throws that all the way up to the point now for Tony Tremblay. Tremblay, he has it out along the left as we're halfway through this third period now. Less than 10 minutes to go and only 8 seconds in the Rebels power play. Mounties trying to get back even here. It's a nice shot there, stopped up at the end of the Rebels power play, and we're back 5-on-5 here as the Rebels have possession. Wheaton going to move that one ahead there. He finds the captain, Beret. Beret going to pull this down to the corner, feeds that one into the middle there, and that shot just went wide. Peterson going to be able to recover it for the Rebels, and they're saying that actually got a piece of Zatteray. So getting the reset of the Rebels. Bray lets another shot go, and that one off the left glove of Zatteray and recovered by the Rebels here once again. 9:20 to go in the third. Stepping into it now, trying to move it back to the outside. The Rebels do, and the shot from outside, that one misses the net. Another one, and they score! The Rebels bring this game back within 2. Your score now 8-6. The Rebels not going away yet in this one as they haven't all game long. Again, a good time to let you know to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Ball comes out off the face-off. It's the Rebels who have it with 9 minutes to go in the third here. Still lots of time to get this game tied up. As a quick stick opportunity, and that one just missed wide as this one's loose here. Ang trying to get at it in front of the Mounties bench. Taking a little bit of punishment here as he's going at it. Mounties wanted a penalty out of that scrum, but nonetheless, they're going to come up with the ball in turn and just thrown down the floor there. And we're going to have more going on here. Got some rough stuff going on, and we're going to have a fight. It's upcoming here. Ethan Ang, he's going to step into it with Wyatt Hawks. Here they go. Helmets are off, and they're chucking. Ang, Hawks, they're going at it. Ang throws a right. Hawks throws a right. Some jersey jabs going. They catch each other at the same time. They keep going. It's a good one, and now dropped to the ground. Ang going to be the man who hits the floor. Hawks ends up on top of him. And that's a good scrap there, and will spark life into both sides. 8:38 to go in the third. Both those men going to get sent off the floor. But that has sparked some more life into this contest. As I mentioned, we'll see what penalties come of this, if there's going to be extra anything going on. So referee is going to talk this one over here. 8:38 to go in the third. Never fails, does Senior B Lacrosse, to leave the entertainment. High-skilled players all across the floor, and a little bit of a aggressiveness while they're at it as well. Things will continue to get talked over, so this is a good time to let you know that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre died by suicide at age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.ca/talk-today-CLWF. You can also visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. While the conversation continues, as well, we'll let you know that at Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. We do have a 5-minute up on the board right now on the home side. We do have a 50-50 winner in the stands that interests you at home as well. Tristan Shaw taking some time here to stretch it out while we wait for play to get back underway again. Tristan told me he's got a bit of a sore back today, so he's stretching it out. He's getting ready to deliver you all the pristine angles for the remainder of this game. It's only 2-goal separation. It looks like that's going to be our only penalty up on the board, is that 5-minute assessed to the Rebels. So it's going to be 5 minutes of PK time here for the Rebels, and not an ideal scenario for them, as this one will not go away despite how many of the Mounties are able to put away. And this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer services. Early on in this power play, the Mounties able to put that one away to reestablish their 3-goal lead. 9-6 now your score, as the Mounties remain on the power play, and a great opportunity for them to take all the wind out of the sails of the Rebels. And following a fight like such, tough to see a call like this afterwards, but nonetheless, we'll go at it. Looks like face-off violation called here, so ball going to be turned back over to the Mounties as they'll head back on offense. A man up here once again. Up to the point now. Tyler Melnick, he's got it. He'll feed that out to the right, gets the return feed. Now going to use the left. McIntyre down to the corner, and he'll get a return feed himself. McIntyre going to let that shot go. He scores. 10-6 now your score in favor of the Mounties. That's got to be one of the most nonchalant pick corners I've ever seen from McIntyre. It's like he knew he had it all the way, faked a couple times, and let that thing rip. 8:03 to go in the third. 10-6 your score in favor of the Mounties. Referee holding up here to make sure the correct score gets put up on the scoreboard, as right now it only says 8-6, but it is indeed 10. Off the draw. It's going to be the Mounties to come up with the ball and have solid possession here once again. Penalty still on the board here. Or actually, my apologies. We're back 5-on-5 for some reason. So the Rebels no longer on the penalty kill. There's still a man in the box, and it hasn't been 5 minutes, so gotta say I'm not quite understanding of why we are 5-on-5 right now. Nonetheless, turned over back to the Rebels as they trail this game by 4. I'm back across half here once again. Up to the point now. Ball fed out left. Beret, he's got it. Going to let the outside shot go there, and a nice save by Zatare. Ball fed out to the corner now. Going to bring it across half. Will Cordell Hastings. We do have a penalty upcoming to the Rebels here once again as we creep below 7 minutes to go in the third. When they touch up, they will be short a man. McIntyre going to feed this out right now to Tyler Melnick. Melnick going to walk this one in a little bit. Feed that back up to the point to McIntyre. McIntyre finds his man out to the right. Now diving in. Here come the Mounties there. Short side attempt by Dylan Kinnear. Went just wide, and that's going to do it. So CU heads to the box for the Rebels. Looks like it's going to be Eric George headed there. So for Saskatchewan, back to the penalty kill here once again. This Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client. Committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Mounties start to move around this ball on the power play once again. Good thing for the Rebels. This one will expire if the Mounties score, as did the last one. Again, still not sure why. McIntyre up to the point now. Going to let a big shot go there, and a nice save by McMillan. Ball comes out loose up to the point there and recovered by the Mounties. They'll get the reset. Still a minute 37 to go on this power play and 6:15 to go in the third. McIntyre, he's got it at the point once again. Fed that down in the corner. There is a penalty upcoming here to the Rebels once again. It's this shot towards the net going to be picked up by the Rebels, and we'll see who will be headed this time. Cross-checking is going to be the call, and it looks like headed to the box is Matt Murphy for the Rebels. So down 5-on-3 with 6:03 to go in the third period. That's a lot of threes to let out there for you. So minute 23 of 5-on-3 time here. Up 2 men are the Mounties as they'll move this ball around. McIntyre, he's got it. They're just going to hang a guy out top, leave a lot of room. You'll see this sometimes as teams prefer it, and this time it's going to work out as that's a goal there by Josh McCallion. So first penalty will come to an end as Eric George will step out of the box for the Rebels. Still going to be a minute 49 of power play time remaining for the Mounties with 5:52 to go in the third. 11-6 now your score in favor of Calgary as they've continued their domination here in the third period. The Rebels came in only down by 1, but since then have let that lead get away from them. Nolski trying to dig it out here. Ball's loose. Hit there by Darren Barrett. Separates his man, and the Rebels going to be able to pick it up and now head towards the offensive zone for the first time in a while. Here's George. He caught a stick up high. The Rebels bench wanted a penalty. They're not going to get it. Peterson's got it now. The Rebels going to have to go for some offense. Here's a quick shot. Nice save by Zatare. No time to spare. Peterson lets a shot rip, and that one comes out loose off of Zatare. Once again, picked up by the Mounties. Now fed this one all the way up. McIntyre couldn't quite gather that one in. Just swiped down the floor by McMillan. Will be picked up by the Mounties in their own zone this time as Turner Dirk steps across half, feeds that out left. Comes out right up to the point now. McIntyre, he's got it once again. Feeds that into the middle there, and a nice save by McMillan. 4:47 to go in the third. Comes out right now as the Rebels head into the zone here once again, trying to get some offense going. Sam Dock, he's got it. Comes out left, up to the point now. The Rebels let that one go, in a nice right shoulder save by Zatare. Behind the net, the Rebels have recovered again. 4:24 now to go in the third. Rebels going to choose to slow it down here a little bit, possibly looking to pull their goaltender down by 5, as hanging out near the top of his crease is McMillan. And this last-ditch effort by the Rebels, if they choose to do so. Outside, another shot, and they score. It looks like we're going to have another fight here. Darren Barrett, they're trying to get the helmets off here so that they can go. Referee's trying to get in between, though, and Barrett wants at him, but won't let it happen. It didn't seem like Cole Pickle wanted a lot of a part of that one, but Barrett wanted all of it, and he's enraged right now. He's just yelling as much as he can. And Pickle not trying to get into this one at all. And it looks like they're going to send Barrett off the floor here. Pickle going to make his way towards the penalty box here, and we'll see if there's any extras assessed out of this one. Still 1 second of penalty kill time up on the board for the Rebels with 4:04 to go in the third period. McIntyre over there with the captain, Beret. Kind of figure out things here with the referee. Again, we thank you for tuning in live here on CROW LAX TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button or that notification bell. Not too lively in the comments today. Sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes that can be a bad thing. Usually that means nothing's going wrong on our end, so I'll take it. But if you're listening now, don't be afraid to pop in some support for the Rebels here as they try to make a late game comeback, pull off the miracle here. Or if you're a Mounties fan, throw in your support there as well. I'll make sure to keep an eye on the chat, and who knows, maybe get a little shout out here live on CROW LAX TV as things continue to get talked over here. Bray and McIntyre still continuing the conversations with referees. We got a 5-minute penalty up on the board. That one assessed to Darren Beret. So, and it looks like a 2-minute on the side of the Mounties. So we may be playing some 4-on-4 lacrosse here after the 1 second penalty expires for the Rebels. .404 to go in the third. Well, come on, guys. There's 31 of you in the chat here. Not even one of you could pop in a hi or something, or some great job to Tristan Shaw for doing such a great job on the camera work. I know he would enjoy it. He can't hear me right now, but I'd be sure to show him after. 4:04 to go in the third again. Still the same penalties sitting up on the boards. 5 minutes assessed to Darren Beret on the home side and 2 minutes to Pickle on the away side. Looking like we're getting closer and closer to getting back underway. Again, I'll remind you to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Tickets are on sale until July 1st, trying to make it our biggest draw of the season. You can scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X to find yourself some tickets. Players now getting set in the zone and starting to lose some viewership here I am. And not necessarily enjoying talk today with Aiden Bolsgard as we wait for this to get back underway. It looks like Pickle going to get the boot here maybe, or get sent back to his own bench. Maybe they're going to wipe out that penalty there for the Mountaineers. I've never seen that. A player get assessed a penalty and end up getting to walk freely back to his bench. Not often you'll see that happen. So right now it's just a 5-minute on the board to Beret, and the 1 second penalty prior to that still up there. So we'll be 5-on-3 when the play gets blown in, but almost right away we'll be 5-on-4. 3 men in the box here for the Rebels though, so have to see. It looks like there's going to be another one there, so we might be 5-on-3 for a little longer than expected. Referee holding up the ball at center, though. So looking to get back underway, and now we will. Tyler Melnick, he's got it at the point. And we are now 5-on-4, so I was right the first time. I'll take that one. Up to the point now. Tyler Melnick, he'll throw that over left, get the return feed at the point, feed that over again for McIntyre. He's using the other side of the floor. Rebels not able to break up these cross-seam passes. Comes over to the right, short side chance there, and that one goes wide and out of play. So this penalty going to outlast the period no matter what, to my understanding. 3:35 to go now in the third. The Rebels bring this across half and outright. No doubt going to be looking for some offense here. They got to try. Down by 4 here. Peterson, he's holding on to it. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Feeds that one out left. Kind of streaming towards the center now. Fed down low, and that pass didn't quite connect. But Wheaton able to pick it up now, loses possession. It's picked up by the Mounties. So with a fresh 30, they'll step across half here once again. Hunter McChesney. Feed that one off there for Tony Tremblay. 3 minutes to go now in the third. Mounties lead by 4. My apologies. I can see now on your screen. You need a little update here. 11-7. Your score for the Rebels as this one comes out to the left. McIntyre recovers there. 3:35 to go in the penalty to the Rebels. 2:38 to go in this third period. McIntyre, he has it at the point. Fakes the behind the back shot. Lets that shot go. Just goes wide. Comes out to the left, up to the point now. McIntyre going to feed that down to the right. Trying to let that shot go short side. Picked off nicely by McMillan and passed ahead for George. George going to fake the pass there as Murphy was streaming in along the right side, but now he'll just scoop that one off to the right. 2:09 to go now in the third period. Fed across half. Rebels moving it around the zone here. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. An outside shot there, and that one goes wide, finds its way all the way down the floor. Noyan not going to be able to send it back the other way at the expiration of the shot clock. My apologies, that would have been an over and back call as the shot clock not quite expired. Almost 1-1 there, so either way, getting turned over to the Mounties, and now McIntyre's got it. He's going to throw that down to the corner. Minute 44 to go in this third period. McIntyre up to the point. To the left now. Shot on that one just goes wide. A rebound opportunity, and oh my, what a save. John McMillan doing the splits there to keep that one out of the net late in this third period. 1:31 to go. Rebels step across half once again. Still down 5-on-4. Fed across. Peterson couldn't quite gather that one in, and it ends up in the Mounties bench. Cross half now. Ben Foster, he's got it. Just going to scoop it off to McIntyre. He's still got the ball. McIntyre feeds that over left. Up to the point now. Over to the right here as Mounties continue to move the ball. Step inside there, and a nice top of the left shoulder save by McMillan as we're below a minute now to go in this third period. Rebels still on the penalty kill. Again, the penalty will outlast the period. Is this one off the pads of McMillan out into the corner. The Mounties recover. Up to the point now. McIntyre feeds that one over to the right for Tyler Melnick, and everybody's playing a little pass right now. The Mounties not getting too aggressive here as the clock continues to wind down. Probably just going to send the shot towards the net to keep the shot clock as McIntyre going to rip one towards the net there, and that one not controlled by McMillan. Gave the in-close opportunity, but that one just wide, and now the Rebels going to have a chance here as this ball comes all the way down the floor. Rebels couldn't quite gather that one in, but are able to now. Only 13 seconds to go in the period, and I don't think you're going to see too much of an attack from either side. 5 seconds to go now in the third, and the Mounties going to take home the 11-7 win over the Rebels in today's Senior B action from the Moyer Recreation Center. It was a tight one coming into the third, only a one-goal game, but the Mounties really imposed their will here on this final frame to make sure that they came away with the win and will progress to 4-3-0 on the season. The Rebels will fall to 1-5-1. Thank you for listening live here on CROW LAX TV. My name is Aiden Bolsgaard. Tristan Shaw was on the camera, and make sure to tune back in here to the Moyer Recreation Center in about 1 hour, just over an hour, for some Junior B Tier 1 action between the Junior Rebels and the visiting Saskatchewan SWAT. So, until you get to hear from me again in that one, because I know you'll be tuning in, you have yourself a good evening. We'll be back.